G'day everyone. Now I just want to have another quick chat about Ryobi's product. And it's not, well, it'll work, but people use vacuums in all sorts of ways, Ryobi, right? And this is a wet and dry vacuum too. So being a wet and dry, you'll be sucking, like putting pressure on the vacuum like this, Ryobi. All right? And when you do that, it builds pressure up in the engine, as you would know. And if you do that too long, your vacuum becomes very noisy and then it starts playing up. Like right now, I vacuumed my car before I end up doing something, which I'll show you in a minute. And I had a feeling that it might do it, but sometimes you can get away with it for a little while. But it was the first time. We haven't had this for quite even a year yet. It's 6 months old or something like that. Yeah, and this is what it sounds like now. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's a slight like bearing wear.
It just sounds different, right?
Yeah, and it's louder. It's more loud. It's more that kind of thing. And that's because the bearings and the pressure all the time of it going like that, it builds up pressure in the engine and it really starts to fail. And why that happens, Ryobi, with this brand, and we've had it happen to us now for a few vacuums because we clean up messes a lot because we have animals, is that your handle, and I understand being cheap and all, and trying to make things cheap, but you really do need to have an air gap here with a little lever on it. So when you notice it's doing too much pressure, because you can have a nice suction pressure, and then you can relieve some air through so it's not hard pressure. You just want the vacuum to be just how it sounds like when you normal vacuum. And that's why a lot of companies have this air gap, far as I know, to help that pressure relief for the product not to fail. Now, I don't know if he's doing it because it was cheap, or I can now give you the negative. That's a positive way of looking at things. Now, with the things I do and going on about people who like to do wrong things to make more money, I'm hoping, and I'm not saying you're doing this, but people who want to make money will deliberately not have a hole here. So people like myself who don't understand will just use a vacuum and then it will get damaged over time and go, oh, well, it's cheap, and we'll just go get another one and replace it. And with that theory, that's how certain companies can make more money, by sort of trapping the buyer to might go buy more because the product's just not quite right and it's not going to last long. And that's what's happening in this product. It's not going to last long because it needs these little levers here. All you give them is this. And that head's a replaceable head. We've changed the head, of course, because the flat, cheapy little head we use this. Pretty pathetic. But we understand by prices. But I don't think it'll be too hard or too much different of the price if you can just bang an extra $1 or so and have that lever there, because it really needs that. It doesn't have to be fancy in any other thing, but definitely that. And the head could probably do with a little bit of a tweak in more of a flatter design, maybe like that, than the skinny wide one that you got, because it doesn't quite, when you push it, yeah, it tends to go like on an angle a lot. Yeah. Anyway, I thought I'd throw that out. And I'm hoping it's just that, yeah, you just didn't think hard enough. Or it was about the cheapness. Someone said just don't have it in to make it a bit cheaper. But I think that wouldn't have been a wise idea, because it's not good for the consumer who's buying. That's right. Anyway, I drilled holes in there. That's why there's tape. Drilled a couple of holes so it didn't get any more worse once I noticed that it started sounding funny. I'm like, nope, not going to do it again. But yeah, it is already sort of loud. And I was like, oh my God. Anyway, bye-bye everyone. See ya. Hope that helps, Ryobi.